A lot of people have asked me to do videos about this Pavin character. Now, Pavin is one of these minor figures in the wider US-backed opposition trying to overthrow the Thai government, undermine the Thai military and monarchy, and get a US-backed client regime into power. And again, this all goes back to the US's desire to surround China with hostile neighbors. Now, the minor role that Pavin plays in all of this is that he's one of these, leaders who's stirring up the kids in the streets. Now, he hides in Japan, much like a coward would, and he's hiding behind children who are going out into the streets of Thailand and taking all of the risk onto themselves. Now, these are young people. They're easily stirred, by their passions. They don't know much about how things work. They haven't had a chance to go out into life and build the experience they would need to make good decisions. And they have a parasite like Pavin preying on them and using them. And these people go to jail and they have their lives and their futures possibly ruined while he sits in Japan and takes all the credit for it. And I say that because he's always being featured in the Western media. And even though in Pavin's mind that makes him a very famous person, in reality, I can guarantee you that if I went into the streets of New York City or Los Angeles or London or even Tokyo there in Japan, absolutely nobody would know who he is or that he was even alive and doing anything of any significance. People have asked me, what should we do about Pavin? And I tell you honestly, he by himself is not a danger at all. He's like a little bug that hits your windshield while you're going down the highway, going 100 kilometers per hour in your car. He's going to live out his life. 5 minutes after he's gone, people aren't even going to know who he was or that he was even alive. The agenda that he is a small part of is the real danger. And this is what Thai people should be spending their time and energy thinking about, exposing, and defending their country against. So please don't let a attention-starved child trapped in an adult's body like Pavin distract you from that ultimate threat. You need to worry about that, and you need to ignore people like Pavin. And because Pavin is so desperate for attention, the way that you hurt him most is by just ignoring him, by downplaying his significance, and actually just pointing out the fact that he in reality is not significant. And I know exactly what Pavin is going to say. He's going to say, if I'm not important, why does everyone react to me? And the answer is very simple. It's exactly like having a pebble in your shoe. It's going to drive you crazy every minute of the day until you get it out. But once you get it out of your shoe, you're never going to think about it ever again. And that is exactly what Pavin is. He's like a little pebble in your shoe. There are much larger players involved in the Thai opposition here in Thailand. I would say any of the billionaires backing the opposition, Thaksin Shinawatra, Thanathon, I would say they're much more significant players than Pavin by several factors. I would even say some of the protest leaders here in Thailand who are actually in the streets facing the actual risk and the consequences of their actions, even they, as unpopular and as unknown as they are around the world, they are still one rung higher than Pavin. Pavin is just an opportunist. He's one of these people the media likes to go to, but that's not because he's the best out there. It's because nobody else is as shameless as Pavin is to betray their country and to speak ill of it so consistently as he does. So again, my advice is ignore Pavin, focus on the true danger to Thailand, the foreign-backed nature of this opposition, and building up your institutions and making them as strong as possible so that no matter what comes, the country is able to defend against it. If you thought this video was useful, please like and share it. Think about subscribing to my channel. It helps the channel grow, and I greatly appreciate that. Check the video description for links on how you can help support my work, like through Patreon. Through Patreon, not only are you helping support my work month to month, but you also get extra content and benefits in return. To everyone everywhere helping me in absolutely every way, thank you so much. I couldn't do this without my audience. And as always, Thank you for watching.